Well, hello again. Today's topic is scam to love. You heard of this rags to riches? Well, this is scam to love. You might find this very interesting. It's a true story. A friend of mine just got done talking to me about this. I'll be right back to tell you. Okay, I'm back. Well, I'll let you know, let's start out with that. Where I live, there's not very many expats in this area. Talking to somebody, a foreigner who speaks good English is kind of hard. So I made a lot of friends online that I chat with quite a bit. And I talked to this one guy, I won't mention his name. He went through a long LDR like I did. And we talk about the pros and cons about it and everything. And when he was in the States, he looked for red flags like we both did. And, he thought everything was perfect. This woman that he met thought was completely different than the others, didn't ask for money and so on and so forth. But he did send her budgets to help her survive, especially during pandemic. That was hard for everybody. But anyhow, when he came here to the Philippines, everything was good. Relationship was great, chemistry and all that. And well, let me back up a little bit. Before he came here, she told him that she had a hard life. She's willing to have intimacy moments together, but there might be a few problems. Just be patient with her, but she'll do her best. And I'll get to that later. Well, anyhow, they end up building a house together and buying a car and this and that. Now, it's when she's a mother, and she has kids and a family, and it's mother's instinct to do everything possible for their kids, no matter what. Okay, and he was talked into helping kids with financial situations and to start a business to have a better life and so on, and do some investments into building a house and some land and this and that. And well, the money situation got out of hand to where all of his savings was just about gone. And slowly he was seeing lots of red flags that he was being used. The woman turned into, how do you say this? She was very, very controlling, putting limitations on him. He couldn't figure out, if it was a culture or if she was part narcissist or what the heck was going on. But he started seeing lots of red flags, and he tried to correct them. He fell in love like I do with my wife, head over heels. And he, after so many years, the LDR and come here being together and investing, doing this, building the house, and he didn't really ignore the red flags. He noticed them, but he saw a lot of potential in her. Like, she's being influenced by her family. If it wasn't that, then their relationship is gold, That's what he told me. And I had some problems there too, but my wife was understanding. But his situation was much more worse. He everybody told him, well, just go find another woman, blah, 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 and everything. But he had a lot of time invested and money and emotions, and just seeing the potential in the woman. He didn't want to give up on her. And plus they got married. He made marriage vows, for better and for worse, sickness and health. And he's extremely religious and wants to try his best to make it work. He told me it's pretty rough. It's like taming a tiger to be a kitten. He says little by little, it's working. But what happened was is that uh, his girl, she was abused and taken for granted, and people did nothing but take from her most of her life. And she worked like crazy to help family to have a good life. And once she found out that she's losing out, she she started to experience feelings for this guy. I mean, true deep feelings. Started falling in love with him. And it's she wasn't really trying to scam him. She just was trying to act, use him to help her family. In her mind, she thought that was a correct thing to do. But when she found out that she's being on the losing end, what is she getting out of it? Because he told her, what have they given you? What have they done for you? What's your reward for this and everything? And she got to thinking, like, wow, this guy gives me this, he gives me that, build a house for me. He's not rich, but he provides for her. He gives her all of his love and everything. And slowly she was developed deep feelings for him. And when family found that out, then they put her in the middle. It didn't go over so well. But he's slowly working it out. But you might have the same problems when you come here. I came to close to that, but not like his situation. But family's thick and thin. You can't blame them there. But you just don't use people for other people's benefits. It's but that's the new age of the internet and technology. And being a poor country, they see a lot of opportunities how to make money out from foreigners and this and that. And they'll test you. They're going to see how far they can go. But to my friend's wife, to her surprise, she developed deep feelings for him, and she ended up falling in love with him, and put a stop to it. And they're both living a happy life. He's got to go back in the States. He's not quite 62 yet for his full retirement. He was using his 401k and money he got from stocks and everything, which is pretty much ran out. He has to go back and do his savings again. But at least he's got something good to come back to. And I wish him the best of luck. But just a heads up, like I said, I don't like making videos like this. It's a wonderful country, lot of good people here. 90% of the women are honest and straight up. That's just my opinion. They're all good, but you're gonna find one here and there that's gonna test you to see how much they can get out of you. You gotta show backbone. You gotta stand up as a man and draw your boundaries very, very quickly, because it's a man's human nature to want to go in and save the damsel in distress out of poverty and do this and that for them. But for some reason, if you show kindness, they take it as a sign of weakness. So it's a hard balancing act there. But I just want to give you a little story what might happen to you. Like I said, I try to stay positive on all aspects and how people are. But just be careful. Everything might sound rosy and everything there from the beginning, but but unfortunately this guy didn't see the red flags till after he was married. But he didn't give up, and it's a good thing that he didn't, because it's all working out better for him now. And I'll keep you updated. I don't know, I just wanted to update you about my friend there, and I'll give you a shout out there, guy. Good luck. Hope it all works out for you. And for the rest of you who's coming here or that's already here. Okay, we'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.